Good evening, everyone. This is Jared Paulson speaking, and I have a tale to tell to you. A very scary story. So here it is. The year is 1941. The place? Here in Minnesota, somewhere in Deadwood. There lived in a ruined city filled with abandoned dead people and full of mystery. Somehow, one man went inside the city to investigate what's happened. Soon after or later, he explored around the town. Somewhere there may be scary stuff in there, nothing there. Alongside the town was a graveyard. Suddenly, somehow, there was a dead body outside of one of the houses. There, it rose up, and the man shot it. In one of the other houses that were inside the little town, Deadwood, there were some undead zombies that were lurking around. And soon or later, there was more zombies than you can think of. These were much infected people. But if these zombies were people that were not cremated, they have been ghost souls that were taken by evil. Depths of hell, what I'm saying. Later, he had been shooting all the zombies with his M45. Then, somewhere near the graveyard, there was a ghost. And it said to him, "Go back. Don't enter. Come closer, and your soul is mine. And your soul is mine." Then the man backed away, realizing that this is a dangerous, evil place. And out of nowhere, there was this strange woman lurking around the town, trying to figure out what the fuck happened. "It really was scary here," she said. Until suddenly, Deadwood was a undead place full of ruined and evil and misery. But they did not know what it was. In 1942, somehow, the investigators and police came up to the scene and figured out 2 dead people later on. But something about that was strangely freaking curious. What would have happened? They said that this town was abandoned 5 years ago. And somehow got burned by a wildfire nearby. And somehow some of the survivors on that place were zombies and stuff. And it was also very scary that we also know that many of these undead people were inside these coffins and revived from the dead. Somehow, and later on, year 1943, they were all dead and cremated. But suddenly, something out of the grave rose up and suddenly scared the person in front of you. He has a rusty hand with a rusty machete. He's not Jason, Freddy Krueger, or Michael Myers. And he was walking up, walking, holding his machete in one hand and a chainsaw in the other. This man was not any man you would have ever seen. He reeks of powerful cologne. He calls himself the Halloween Murderer, like Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, Leatherface, and more. Then, out of nowhere, he rises up and he somehow stabs you in the back and gets you. So what do you think, viewers? Well, Jared Paulson saying, have a spooky evening.